it's Marley from the Energy Boutique with another episode of What the Fac. So in the last episode, I showed you how to get your birth chart and to kind of see what's going on in your birth chart. And I kind of advised that it would be beneficial to screenshot your birth chart, but to also screenshot your elemental energy profile. Reason being, today in this episode, I want to show you how you can figure out how your day is going to be compared to the energy of the day. So we are going to just go to my YouTube channel, and I am going to just pick a daily forecast so that I can show you what it is that you're looking for in the daily forecast and then what it is that you're looking for in your own chart. So just a quick little overview. Of course, you see the day. I usually put the energy forecasts out a day ahead so that you can stay a day ahead of the energy and navigate the day knowing what to expect so that you don't freak out, you don't lose your shit, and you don't cause more problems for yourself than there needs to be. And then over here, of course, you can always tell where the moon is at. The aspect chart is kind of what I rattle off in my energy forecasts. This particular chart is a snapshot of the day's energy. I take the snapshot at noon each day, and this would give the aspects for that particular day. This doesn't exactly line up with this because this is a still movement at 12 noon p.m. on August 9th. This is what the cosmos is doing. These are the interactions that they are creating. This is more of a important interaction throughout the day. And of course, all the times, all the breakdowns of the planets, the interactions, and the energy are right there. What I want to be talking about, planet placements. Good idea. What I want to be talking about is the elemental energy. So down here, you're going to see red, yellow, green, and blue. So fire, air, earth, and water. Now, there's also 3 columns here that are the modes, let's say, of the energy. So we would have, fixed, mutable, cardinal. We're not getting into that. If you're interested in getting into all of this and understanding the elemental energy of your own chart, your own profile a little bit better, and how to actually manifest using your elemental energy profile, I have a whole elemental energy profile course that you can take. It's like 4 hours. It's super cheap to take. Lots of information. You can kind of break down who you are elementally speaking, figure out, what elements you are strong in, what you're weak in, how to make up for those imbalances, and how to actually work with the people around you and the energy at play. So what we can tell from here is that there's a lot of earth, which means that we're currently in a time where the huge focus is on our physical lives, our physical circumstances, our physical bodies. And if you've been listening to the energy forecast that I put out at all, you would know that that is true. We're in a time of true transformation taking place in our physical realms. Of course, we're leaving the 3D behind. We're moving into 5D, new earth. And for many of us, our routines are changing, our relationships are changing, our money matters are changing, our physical bodies are changing, our overall realities are changing. And that's very much what we can get from this earth energy. We look at the other elements. So there's 3 fire and there's 3 water. So we know that we're balanced in both emotion and in passion and desire. So the fire energy does kind of give us that spark, give us this desire, this passion that we want to pursue. It gives us the ability to initiate, to begin a brand new cycle. And of course, water energy is emotions, it's intuition, it's past issues, it's healing, it's unconscious behaviors coming into the consciousness so that we can actually do something with it. So it's actually good to see that right now we're balanced in the fire energy and in the water energy, because if there was more fire, then water, we are going to be taking more action than actually feeling about the actions that we should be taking. And if there was more water than there was fire, of course, all of our emotions kind of snuff out that flame, that passion, that desire. We're all caught up in the feels, and not much action is going to be pursued on making some of those dreams, desires, and sparks come true. And then, of course, lastly, here today, we have air energy, and air energy rules over the mental plane, our ideas, our thoughts, how it is that we express ourselves, how it is that we're articulating our inner realm to our outer realm. This is aha moments. This is, change in belief and understanding and perspective. And where we're at right now, we are seeing the biggest change in our physical realm and our physical circumstances, supported by knowing that we have to make a change because we have new passions and desires coming forth out of this fire energy. Emotionally, we are getting behind these new ideas, these new passions, these new desires, because we know that we're ending a cycle. We know that we are growing. We know we have to improve. We know that we have to transform, and water is very transformative in that healing process. And then we have all of this energy working for us because we are in the midst of seeing a new truth, a new reality, new information, new perspective, new understanding. We're also seeing a new vision, a new dream emerging. And of course, we have to add the logic and practicality from our egoic mental plane to that dream and vision in order to actually see where it is that we can get to planning and bring some of these elements to life. If we go back to our chart, and again, pull up your chart, get your own chart on the go here. We're going to keep it August 9th, just because we looked at that daily forecast, that was August 9th. So we want to do that. We're going to keep this at default, and we're going to ask for the chart to be shown. So you will always see this is the birth chart, right? This is the natal placement. You want to come up here and hit with transits. This is going to add all of the planets right now moving through the cosmos to the outer realm of the wheel. And this shows you where these planets are interacting with your chart. But I'm not getting into the chart here today. I want to come down here. So this person, our imaginary guest here, obviously has a lot of fire, okay? A super large amount of fire. Very low on the other elements, but even on the other elements, meaning that, and honestly, the AC and the MC, they're really not as powerful as planet placements would be. Your AC is your rising sign. Your MC is the top of your chart where career path and spiritual lessons and karma is kind of concerned. It's an important aspect of your chart, but in the elemental energy profile, we usually don't even look at these. So this would technically be 1 and 1, 2 air elements, and then all of the rest in fire. So what we know about, again, this particular individual, they're very passionate. Okay, they have a lot of interests, a lot of excitement. They have a lot of energy. They are constantly pushing themselves out in the world to experience new things, always chasing new excitement, a new passion, a new desire, a new dream, always taking action. The downfall that I would say that this person has with all of this fire energy is that they burn themselves out and they never complete anything. They jump into something, they're, balls to the walls excited, and you know what? Nothing ever gets done because they're distractible. They jumped into something else. They're constantly chasing that adrenaline, that passion, that desire, that spark, that fire that keeps them going. So what we can tell from this particular person's chart, when we go back and look at this, what we can tell about it is that there's going to be some frustration here. Why? Because the day has more earth energy than fire. Okay, so earth energy, we need to go low and slow. We need to be calculated, strategic. Everything takes work, takes energy, takes effort. The fire energy of this particular individual just wants to act on impulse, act for the sake of acting, take a move, take an action, make a move. And the overabundant earth energy right here means that we're going to be frustrated, irritated, maybe even angry because we have to slow down. We don't want to slow down. We want to burn right through this and have this experience and get on with it. We don't have that ability because the earth energy of the day is slowing us down. What we can tell is that there is going to be some frustration. There's 3 fire elements here. They're in conjunction with all of this fire element here. This is impulse. This is anger. This is like feeling an urgency, an emergency situation to make a move, to make a change, to jump into something new, to act on impulse. It would be a very, very bad idea to do that. Because we are in the earth dominant energy of the day, of the cycle, of the season, anything that we act out upon impulsively without thinking logically, practically, strategic, and in a very calculated method on how it is that we're going to build such new beginnings, initiate such beginnings, jump into something new, we're likely going to create a mess for ourselves. What I kind of like to give as far as the earth and fire analogy is that here's a lot of earth, there's the fire. If it's not controlled, meaning if our impulses, our energy, our spark, our passion, our desire is not controlled and calculated, we will essentially burn the whole freaking forest down with this fire. And another way that you could look at it is if there, like for instance, right now, there is more earth than there is fire. This is enough to snuff out the passion, the desire, the impulse, the urgency. Why? Because we're frustrated. We can't hold that kind of intention for too long. And so, when we jump back to this person, they're going to have a hard time right now because they have the foot on the gas ready to go. And the cosmos has the foot on the brake, okay? Just a creeping, if moving at all, at a snail's pace. That's frustrating. Now, if we're just going to pretend that the AC isn't there and the MC isn't there. So it's 1 earth element, 1 water element, 2 air elements from this individual. We come over here, we're going to remove this. So there's 2 water, 1 air, and then, we got the fire, we got the earth, we know what's going on here. So this particular individual now would be a great time to get a little bit disciplined. Why? Because we need structure and discipline and willpower and, tunnel vision in order to create, in order to build, in order to manifest. That's what this earth energy is. This person is low on earth energy. Luckily for them, there's a lot of earth energy to tap into in the here and now with the universal energy at play. And this would be a great time if they could get their impulse, their anger, their irritation, their focus right. They do have a beautiful opportunity to, build something sound and structured that will last for a very long time. If there was only this 1 water element and we came over here, we would see, again, removing the MC, that there's 2 water elements here. Now, obviously, 2 water elements, it's going to help with our emotional process, with our intuition, with healing, with the transformation. There would only be 1 air here, and this person has 2 airs. And in another episode, we'll get into the fact that having, these planets, depending on what these planets are, in these elemental energies would change the game also. But just, we're just looking at the elemental energy of things. 2 air elements with this technically 1 air element. This would be a great time to slow the mental process down, slow the thinking down, take the time to logically, practically visualize, plan, collect the data information, collect all kinds of perspectives, collaborations, possibilities on what it is that we're trying to build, what it is that we're trying to bring to life, what it is that we're trying to transform. So I don't know if you're going to be able to, kind of look at your own chart and tell how positive or negative the day would be. But like I said, I do have a whole elemental energy course on this that will help you understand what you're made out of, how to use your energy to your advantage, how to make up for the shortcomings in your chart, and how to use the elemental energy profile of the day, of the present moment, to your advantage. This is all about manifesting. You have to have a certain process, a certain order with the elemental energies at play in order to actually manifest a particular vision and a dream. But first, it all starts with understanding what it is that you're actually made of. So hopefully that was helpful. Drop me a comment below on any thoughts, comments, questions that you may have. I want to thank you for tuning in, and I'll talk to you next time with the next episode of What the Fact.